You've got mail.
Greetings, everyone. John Cook here from the Educational Technology team down in CPD. We're back with another series of EdTech's tips designed to make your life as a member of CVTC easier. This week, we will continue our series on email with a comparison of the installed desktop program or app and the web version of Outlook. In a debate similar to Coke or Pepsi, Windows or Mac, or breakfast or brunch, there seems to be strong opinions on using the installed desktop version or the web version of Outlook. The installed version of Outlook has been around a long time and is still common among business and education users. The web version got its start as Hotmail and is now part of our Microsoft 365 online service. Microsoft continues to make improvements to its web version of Outlook so it more closely resembles the desktop version. The basic layout between the desktop and web versions are largely the same. Each defaults to the Home tab, where you can see message options across the top ribbon. The default ribbon is a simplified layout. If your menu does not look the same as shown, click the caret on the desktop version. On the web version, click the caret and then pick Simplified Ribbon. Below the ribbon, the Favorites folders and group listing is shown on the left side. There is a message list in the middle and details for the selected message next to it. There are options for each message from the top menu or by right-clicking on individual messages. The meatball menu inside a message also contains options for dealing with a particular message. Right-clicking the desktop version shows a plethora of choices, whereas a web version has most options under the meatball menu. Some are straightforward, like reply, forward, or delete, and some are more obscure. We will take a look at some of the other options in week 4. The View ribbon lets you customize how messages are displayed on your screen. One big difference in the web version is that it defaults to grouping messages as conversations. This means that replies with the same subject are grouped below one another. The newest message is shown on top, and any replies are shown below in the message details. The caret can also be clicked to expand the messages from the message list. The desktop version defaults to individual messages. If you would rather view as conversations, click the View tab, then Current View, then click to make sure there's a check mark before Show as Conversations. From here, you can decide to pick this folder as a conversation view or all your mailboxes. Message conversations can take a little getting used to, but it reduces the number of messages in the inbox and groups messages with the same subject together. The message list can be filtered and sorted in each version. The desktop version has a drop-down by clicking the caret next to By Date. An extensive list of filter, arrange by, and sort items are shown. Click an item from each area to make a change on how the list is displayed. A similar list is available on the web by using the Filter menu. The Sort menu is visible from the secondary menu at the bottom. As you can see, there are not as many items that can be picked to filter on the web, namely filtering by category or specific flag options. Hovering over a message on the desktop lets you flag or delete a message by default. To change these two options, right-click on a message and pick Set Quick Actions. You can then select which two buttons appear when hovering over a message. Dealing with multiple messages in the desktop version involves clicking on a message and then holding down a control key and clicking on another message. To select multiple messages in a row, click on a message, then hold down a shift key and click another message. Each message between the first and the second click will be selected. If you really want to get fancy, you can combine this with a control click to unselect messages from the group. The web version also allows control and shift clicking, but also brings up a selection button next to each message after the first is selected. Click to check or uncheck messages from being selected. You can pick what to do with all the selected messages. Generally, delete or archive, but maybe move, mark as read or unread, or flag. This is a good time to mention the undo feature. On the web, each action is followed by a notification at the bottom of the message with an undo button. You can also use the undo button from the ribbon on the web or the top menu on the desktop. The undo button doesn't work to unsend a message. Adding items to the favorite menu is different between the versions. On the desktop version, you would right-click a folder or a group and pick Add to Favorites. To remove a favorite, you would right-click and pick Remove from Favorites. On the web version, right-clicking will also work to add and remove favorites. Additionally, clicking the star next to the folder name will add this to the Favorites menu. Clicking the star again will remove the item as a favorite. One feature that's only available on the web is adding a person to the favorite menu. You can use the Add Favorite link and search for a person. To remove a person from the favorites, right-click and select Remove from Favorites, or click the star next to their name. Finally, accessing the options for each is a little bit different. From the desktop version, click File and then Options, and then select the specific option from the menu at the left. From the web, click the gear icon and then view all Outlook settings. We'll take a closer look at some of these items in week 5, so stay tuned. As always, feel free to reach out if you have questions or if there's an email feature you'd like to explore a little bit more. Stop down to CPD or shoot us an email at edtech@cvtc.edu. Have a techerific week.